Anyone who assumes that psychiatrists are even close to the truth loses the right to complain about corporate greed. They are hypocrites. When corporate greed plays in their favor, they turn a blind eye. When corporate greed works against them, they are the loudest voices against it. Here is an article that I knew existed before I even saw it. In fact, last night, I swear to God, I made a video about how these people in the future will make love a mental illness. To make a long story short, mapping the brain, I've gone over that in the past about how sugar mimics cocaine. Okay, the brain is a complex thing, and there are certain chemicals in the brain such as dopamine, serotonin, that can shift due to a wide variety of environmental factors, including falling in love. I knew that these people would associate love with obsessive compulsive disorder because they are similar. The appropriate way to interpret this study is that obsessive compulsive disorder does not exist. What exists is the human potential and the human capacity for passion. When you are passionate about something, you fixate on it. You're in love with your child, your baby. You think about, this is my kid, you're always talking about, oh, he's doing so great in school and blah, blah, blah. And people know that, so they engage you first. How are the kids? Because they know that when you're passionate about something, then it makes you feel good to talk about it. Thus, the dopamine and serotonin levels and the dopamine and the serotonin receptors. But these scoundrels, these liars, will twist it like they twist everything else. And they will claim that love is a mental illness because they are not just going after the Bible. They are going after the morality and the philosophies in the Bible. Wall Street Journal, mainstream media, college professors and researchers. It's how it always goes. Kathleen Taylor, Harvard, Stanford, Zimbardo. Oh, your little research projects. These unscrupulous, quote-unquote, scholars. And then they'll have peer-reviewed journals. Ding, ding, ding. It's reviewed by the two groups of people that should be eliminated. First and foremost, secret societies and their members. Big corporations. They need to be stripped of their power. As long as you have secret societies, you don't necessarily need big corporations for a smaller group of people to have an inordinate influence on society. It is one thing to believe what you want to believe. But to have a terrorist organization like the big corporations and big pharma that threaten people with blacklisting and covert drugging and gang stalking and all kinds of evil activities, that is terrorism. These are terrorist organizations. Freemasons, a terrorist organization. Intelligence agencies have been acting like terrorist organizations. So going back to the subject at hand, love, conformity. It is a con. They con you into forming yourself the way they want you to do. In martial arts, we talk about proper form. Proper form. Proper manner. Proper disposition. Proper composure. proper form. The cons come with cons, the pros and cons. They are cons. And I'm not talking about prison convicts. These are people that should be convicted, but they're not. They are con men and women. And they are going to convince you that the morality in the Bible is wrong. It's the same reason the Temple of Set has 200 to 500 members. Because corporate America teams up with secret societies to make it seem cool to do things in a way that is good for business. Business math. The bottom line. The bottom line with me is that God is greater than all these people, and I would not consider betraying my creator. The bottom line with them goes back to business math. What makes dollars makes sense. And even if it is divine truth, if it don't make dollars to these scoundrels, it don't make sense. So they want to convince you that love is a mental illness. You don't really love your wife. You have obsessive compulsive disorder, and it is oppressive to women. It is oppressive to gays, because we all know gays have to twist love. You know, they say, you know, one of the popular sayings of gays is that love wins. When they won gay marriage, love wins. No, love does not win. Your twisted perspective, your twisted version of what love means, won. It's the same thing with mental health. These are the people that twist things. It is contorted and distorted. These atheist dogs and their atheistic Satanist friends. These are Satanists. Atheistic Satanism, Satanism, Luciferianism, traditional Satanism, pagan Hades worship, pagan typhoon worship. These are Satanists. Beelzebub, Baal, Molech loving scum. And you have to understand the different forms of Satanism to understand why they are working together and why it would take an idiot to miss it. Satanic feminism. Satanic gay community on Facebook. These people work together to do what is in big business's best interest, to destroy morality and bring in moral relativism. Morality is relative. Relative to the New World Order agenda is whether or not morality should be applied. Moral relativism. Satanic scum. Attacking God, attacking love, attacking the family. They want the state to raise your family even more than they do already with the media and the education system. And after-school activities. And pro-government ninny churches. And mental health scum. I'm telling you, these people are fucking scum. They are satanic. They are evil. Just read the article for yourself and think about where they are going with this. Kathleen Taylor, religious fundamentalism will be considered a mental illness in the future. Now, yes, atheists benefit from this. But it is atheistic Satanists that benefit most. You must always ask yourself whenever a crime is committed, especially a crime against God and humanity, who has the most to gain? It is the devil and his motherfucking minions.